Hello, hello, my friends. AmyR here with Prairie Paper and Ink. Welcome back to my face, my card making space, and a birthday card that I combine some newer with some very much oldie but goodie favorites. Specifically, one of my ultimate favorites, the picture book T-Rex Wafer Die from Simon Says Stamp. I do have a playlist that I started years ago because this little die is years old, and it features a lot of the picture book wafer dies that Simon was releasing. This is like 7 years ago, and so some of those videos, some of the products will no longer be available, but several of them still are. And yeah, there's look at him, look at him, look at him, look at him, look at him. He's the derpiest. I don't know what it is about him. He's derpy. He's been my favorite for years. I've used him in several videos, and yeah, I love him. So I needed to make a birthday card for the unpaid intern. So he was at the top of my list. I was going to use him even if it was discontinued. I didn't really care, but I was actually kind of excited because it's been a while. So I, searched up the picture book characters on Simon Says Stamp, and several of them are still available. There's other dinosaur ones. They're not as derpy as him, though. He is just the derpiest little creature. I don't know what. Like, just the look on his face. I love him. I love him. So anyway, I combined him with a couple newer products and then a couple other oldie but goodie favorites. Kept it kind of simple. Honestly, this is the type of card you could give it to like a toddler or a kid. But when it comes to me and Chris, that's our sense of humor, really. We have a toddler sense of humor with a lot of things, and there's something about T-Rexes that we just like. So I made him this silly little birthday card, and I did some ink blending. I used some texture paste. Still kind of kept it clean and simple, shockingly. I did some creative masking too with a CZ design sentiment, all the things, and googly eyes. Because that just takes the derp level of this little character, like, up there. So, anyway, I will have links to everything I used, as always, in the description box below the video. My links are affiliate links. That just means that if you click on one of my links and end up placing an order, I do get a little kickback from that at no extra cost to you. It is what helps pay the bills. At the end of the video, I will post a link to that playlist if you want to check them out. It's been a while, and now I'm like, oh, I might need to dig through and pull out some of my other little picture book wafer dies and make more cards with them, because they're fun. They were fun then, they're still fun now, and they're super, super cute, and I love them. So I'll put that playlist at the end, and then keep watching, and I'll show you guys how I made this card. Alrighty, so I'm going to work on my background first. And I have one of my grip mats, and I've shown this in other videos, I've talked about it in live streams, but I store my grip mats in the Simon Says Stamp mesh bags. I'll have a link to the mesh bags, I'll have a link to the grip mats. Game changer. I got that tip from Lydia Evans over at Altenew, and love it, because if you've got any brand grip mat, pulling the acetate off the darn thing drives me insane. So I throw them in the grip mats. Wonderful. Like, it'll still stick, but it doesn't stick like it does to the acetate, if that makes sense. So anywho, that's that on that. For my stenciling, I'm using this layering balloon border stencil set. And it's kind of set up more to do like a landscape type card, but I want mine portrait, and my panel is smaller. My cardstock is 3 3/4 inches by 5, just to give you an idea. And it doesn't matter with like a stencil set like this, because it's just balloons. And I put some Post-it tape there, more so just to give me that visual where the edge of the stencil is, so that they're still somewhat lined up the way they're meant to be. But again, it honestly doesn't matter. this would be more important if it was a type of stencil set where it was a pattern, you know, that really like needed to layer up. But with these, they're just balloons. So I wasn't being like super particular. And then for all of my colors, I am using the Rainbow Splash line from Simon Says Stamp. I get asked a lot about these inks. The formula is the same as the Simon Positively Saturated inks. Heidi, the owner of Simon Says Stamp, started the Rainbow Splash line as a kind of like a beginner-friendly line, more for, you know, beginner stampers, as well as a lot of requests for like rainbow colors without having to think, you know? So I ended up using pretty much every single color. Almost every single color except for like maybe one or two to do these, because I was like, let's do every balloon a different color. So great inks, love them. No complaints with those. I just used all the colors and my little blending brushes and just slap the ink over the stencil. And because the formula, like I said, is the same as the Simon Positively Saturated inks, these do smooth out as they dry. So they soften a bit, they smooth out, and it's hard to explain. There's something about, and it's not just these inks, the Positively Saturated inks. I've seen it with the Altenew Fresh Dye inks and the Concord 9th inks as well. The way they layer, like very opposite colors, like when the ink is all dry, it's just interesting to me. Like you can see the other colors and stuff, but it's just neat. I don't know. It's hard to describe, but I really like things like that. I don't know. Anyway, after I was done with the balloons, there's the stencil in the set that does the little like confetti and little streamers or whatever. So for that, I am using some Lunar paste. This is the Gold Rush Lunar paste, and I keep press and seal on all of these little jars, and the press and seal just keeps everything sealed up a little bit more and enables your paste to last longer. Thing to always remember though, with pastes, those are not a product to hoard or collect. You need to use them. Even if you have not removed the factory seal, use your pastes. They will dry out. Even if they're fully sealed up, they will. It's just the nature of the product. So use your pastes, folks. Trust me. Trust me on this one. Anyway, I applied the paste, let everything dry, cleaned my stencil off, etc. Now, for my little buddy, my little picture book T-Rex, look at him. Look how utterly doofy he looks. I love him. I love him to bits. He's just, I don't know. He's like this like partially toothless goofball, and I'm so loving. Anyway, I used some Rainbow Splash cardstock to die cut him, and then just some like thin and like a scrap of thin white cardstock for his little teeth, and the what do you call those, like his little spikes, spines, whatever it is. That little piece had a couple little tabs on it, as well as the piece for his teeth. That's where he used to, apply the adhesive and adhere him. And then everything else, this little like stomach portion, I just flip him over, tape it into place with a little bit of washi tape, and then there's the little arm that you can position kind of wherever you want. So glued that on, and that's it. Super simple to assemble this guy. Off camera, I ended up actually backing it with another piece of cardstock because, I use the Rainbow Splash cardstock and it's much lighter weight. And so I just added a second layer to the back of that because I am going to pop it up with some foam squares, so that just gave it a little bit of extra strength. And then that little balloon is from the Balloon Trio die set. And I had die cut it from some purple, like Rainbow Splash cardstock, inlaid the little white piece, the little highlight, and that was it. And then the sentiment, this is Happy Birthday Wafer Die. This is another oldie but goodie. This came out years ago. And I had die cut it from black cardstock and then stacked 3 layers together to give it some depth and dimension. And this is another thing I've shown in the past. I've talked about it in the live streams. I just don't show it very often. But sometimes when you die cut, you'll get those little like hairs of cardstock. And there can be a variety of reasons. It can be the cardstock itself, because some cardstocks just are not fun to die cut. They just do that. It could be your die cutting plates. because some plates, when they, especially, you'll notice it more when your plates get really used, you know, they have like tons and tons and tons of cuts in them, which is generally my culprit. Or it can be the wafer die itself, which is kind of the rarest issue, because usually the wafer dies, it's kind of irrelevant. But when I do that, because for me, it's the die cut plates. I use my die cut plates until there's nothing left of them. So after I'm done stacking wafer dies, I just, like I showed there, I just use it. I have a toothbrush that I keep with all my little tools, and I just vigorously rub that toothbrush around the die cuts, and it helps after they've been stacked because there's that strength of the layers. So I let the glue dry, and then I just rub that toothbrush and kind of scrape it all along the edges, and it removes most of those little die cut hairs, and we're good to go. So after I did that, I adhered these to my background with craft tacky glue. And then and then I put a magnet on top just to hold those down so that the glue can dry. And then for my balloon, I just grabbed some black thread from my stash, and I put some glue on the back of the balloon. And then I'm going to use a piece of washi tape just to fully tape it down and keep that in place. So we've got it just like so. And then I can just trim off. I don't have a link to this thread. I've had this stuff for forever. And I'm going to pop the balloon up with a foam square just to give it a little bit of dimension. So I've got my background, my sentiment, and then my little T-Rex. And him, same thing. I'm going to pop him up with foam squares as well. So get those into place. And I'm going to adhere the balloon first because I want to make it look like he's holding the balloon. So I'm going to adhere the balloon into place because that'll keep it from, moving around. And then I decided to wrap the thread kind of around his little hand, basically, just like so. And then this looks, it's kind of a little bit, I was shimmying around trying to make this work, but I just flipped him over, and then I added a bit of glue to the back there, just so it holds the thread in place so that when the glue dries, it's not going to pop off, and then peeled off the backing, and then just carefully kind of positioned him so that he's balancing on the B of the birthday sentiment. Seriously. Oh, he's so silly cute. And he's going to be cuter in a second once I add the googly eyes. So the thread's wrapped around and adhered, and then to adhere it just along the bottom, same thing, so it's not, coming undone or anything. I just added another teeny little dab of glue, press the thread into it, and then just let it hang off the edge of the card. So I pulled out some googly eyes, and like most googly eyes, these are, you peel off the backing and they're self-adhesive. I don't trust that adhesive that's actually on them. I think it's crap. But I peel off the backing because I have found that a lot of times if I use liquid adhesive, it'll soak through that backing and just adhere that and not the actual googly eye, and the googly eye still pops off. So I removed the backing, and then I glued them into place with the glue, and I can't stop giggling every time I look at him with his goofy little eyes and his goofy little smile and missing most of his teeth. It's just, I don't know, like I said, he's perfect. Anyway, on the inside of the card, I am using the CZ Design Not So Cringey set. There was a sentiment in there that was perfect. So I'm stamping the U word from the set with one of the green Rainbow Splash inks. And then the other sentiment, I am going to do just some masking. I've shown in other videos, a lot of times I'll just cut my sentiments apart, and I'm fine with it. Doesn't faze me at all. This one I didn't want to cut apart because I'm only using one word on the top. It would be different if I was just using the bottom portion. Then I would have just cut it in half. It would have been fine. But instead I just put the washi tape on the other two words because the sentiment normally says, "But you are still my favorite nerd," but I didn't want it to say that. So I masked off the "but you" and then the "still" so that I could stamp the "are my favorite nerd." So the inside says, "You are my favorite nerd." So stamp that with the Nocturne ink because I inked it up, removed the washi tape, stamped it. That was the inside. And then I adhered the card front to the card base with more foam tape, build up that dimension. And then as my final little bit of embellishment, I've got these gem stickers in rainbow colors. This specific pack I don't have a link for, but I'll link to a couple similar ones. And I just put a bunch of these on there, which on camera, with this lighting, a lot of them just look dark. But I'll tilt it in light. They're colors. They're rainbow colors. They went with everything. So I stuck a whole bunch of these on there too, because it's a birthday card. It's a party. So once I got those on and I was happy with where I'd put them all, that was it. So we got rainbow colors and the gold confetti and my derpy little T-Rex with his goofy googly eyes. Like, look at him. Seriously. Oh, this was fun. Like I mentioned in the intro, I'll have links to all the supplies. I'll also link to the picture book collection. You guys can check them out if you've never seen them before. I'll have a link to those in the description box as well. And then the playlist, I'll have that at the very end for those to check out. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me, for thumbs upping and commenting. Subscribe if you haven't. I'd love to have you. And I'll see you all very soon in the next video. Bye. Thank you so much to my amazing Patreon supporters. For anyone that might be interested in joining my Patreon community and supporting me, the link to my Patreon is in the description box below the video. For everyone else, as always, thank you all so much for taking the time to watch my videos, for thumbs upping, commenting, subscribe if you haven't, I'd love to have you. And here's a couple other videos for you to check out in case you missed them. Bye!